Hello and welcome to AFC Game by Game. Today I'm going to be talking to you and bringing you my second edition of the Arsenal January transfer news. Today I'm going to be talking about players that are coming into Arsenal. Unfortunately I can't really bring you any news on players that are leaving Arsenal because there have been no players that are currently leaving at this period of time. If you do want to check any other players that are leaving Arsenal, please check out my other YouTube video, the Arsenal January transfers #1. I will leave that in the description box below. Okay, so let's get started. Over the past week or so we have been linked with David Villa from Barcelona. Unfortunately talks with him have broken down and their president has been quite firm with the decision that he's going to remain at Barcelona until the end of the season at least. This has been supported by his wife, who is expecting a baby soon in February, and it's just, I think he'd have been a great player for us because we do need that dominant striker up front, and we don't really have that with Theo Walcott. I do think he's a good striker, but we definitely need someone up front. Olivier Giroud's good, but he doesn't really get as many goals as we all want. But yeah, we definitely need someone up front. Another player that we've just missed out on is Loic Remy. He is supposedly going to join Queen's Park Rangers within 24 to 48 hours. He would have been a good player up front, although he has only got 2 goals out of 14 games in the French league. I still think he's a class player, and with the sufficient training, he'd have been absolutely brilliant for Arsenal. He's also a French player, so he'd have a good relationship with Wenger and a couple of our other French players. Someone else that we've missed out on is Yann Lavia, who's also set to join QPR for the mere fee of 7 million. This is a player that was worth 20 million more in summer. Right, I really honestly think he would have been good for us. Unfortunately, his disciplinary wasn't that great, but neither was Robin van Persie's when he first joined us, and we turned him into a great player. We could have done the same with Yann Lavia. He's a great player, he'd have been really good for the future, and I just think it's a real shame that we're going to miss out on him, because if he does join QPR, which he is set to do, he could be a really good asset to their team, and I think he's going to be wasted at QPR because they're not good enough, and it is possible that they're going to get relegated this season. So someone that we were linked with as well is Luke Shaw. He's a classy fullback. He's only 17 years old. He's English. He'd have been a great player for us, but unfortunately he did sign a 5-year contract extension with Southampton. I think he'd have been good for us. We do need a new left back. Hopefully we'll get someone like Leighton Baines. I'm not saying we will get Leighton Baines. We have been rumoured with him, but I doubt we are going to get Leighton Baines, and definitely not Luke Shaw anymore. But if Gibbs gets injured, we have the 29-year-old Andre Santos there, who just can't do like a good enough job for us at the moment. Okay, so let's look at a couple of other players that are set to be joining Arsenal. There is Wilfried Zaha. I did speak about him in my last video, that was 2 weeks ago, and it's been 2 weeks now. So Wilfried Zaha, like I said before, there was interest from several clubs: Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham and Man United. I think Liverpool were in there as well, but he hasn't decided to join any yet. Ian Holloway hasn't given away anything yet, and apparently the two teams that have narrowed down now, Arsenal and Manchester United. I think Zaha would be a good buy for us, maybe for the future, but certainly maybe he wouldn't get a first team action now. I think if we were going to buy someone like that, we would buy him in January, in summer. I can understand why Wenger's buying him now because he wants to get there before anyone else gets him, but I would definitely consider getting him in the summer and not now, because he's not going to be part of our team. It'll be 15 million wasted on someone that's probably not going to play as much, and he has to be loaned back to Crystal Palace anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't be too keen on buying him. So a couple of other players. This is a very light rumour, I think, but Eko Lavezzi of Paris Saint-Germain is being linked with us. He's been a bit out of favour with PSG at the moment, and he's not lived up to his expectations. And he's being linked to a move to Arsenal. He'd be available for the price of 15 million. Yeah, which is quite a good price for someone who can potentially be a world-class player. He's played with the likes of Lionel Messi for Argentina and Gonzalo Higuain, etc., etc. He'd be a good buy for us, but I don't really know where he'd play. Maybe you could play him on the left, Podolski in the middle, and Walker on the right. And yeah, I think he would be a good buy for us. And going on to the next one is Yohan Gourcuff. He is available from Lyon for the small price of 3 million. He is a great player, but the only problem there is the wage. I don't think Arsenal is going to be too happy to pay his wage. It's 100k plus, and for someone that's probably not going to play as much as Arteta, Cazorla, Wilshere, Rosicky, maybe he wouldn't be a good buy. But I don't think we need to get our midfield sorted apart from a defensive mid. And I really don't want Wenger making excuses about Diaby being a defensive mid, because unfortunately he does get injured a lot. It's inevitable he will get injured again, and I honestly don't think that we can keep using the excuse that he's our centre defensive mid. He said it in summer that we're not going to buy him because we've got Diaby coming back, and he got injured, and we conceded a load of goals in a row. So yeah, we definitely need to buy this centre defensive mid. And talking about centre defensive mids, the next player I want to talk about is Mohamed Diame. He was linked with us about 2 weeks ago, and he's being linked with us again. He would probably be a very good buy for us. He is still young. He's got a lot of potential. He's had good experience at West Ham. And he's only available for 3.5 million if we trigger his release clause. And he would be a great buy for us. He could definitely be the next Patrick Vieira-like player. He's like Abu Diaby, except he's not injured as much. He's just returned from a minor injury with West Ham. And he would be available for only 3.5 million. That'd be a great buy for us if hopefully we don't have any competition. But again, he's someone that probably wouldn't play as much now and will be playing more in the future. So I reckon we should consider buying him maybe in the summer. But yeah, overall I think he would be a good buy for us. And someone else that we're being linked with is Juan Camilo Zuniga of Napoli. We could get him on loan apparently, but I can't really comment too much about him. I don't really know too much about the player himself. I just know that he's quite a good fullback, and he's out of favour with Napoli. I don't know if we really need him, but we do need cover in that left back position for the rest of the season. We do have to buy a left back. Wenger has also been quoted this season, in coming days after the Man City defeat, that he is willing to spend big on players. I don't know what that means, if he's going to spend 30 or 40 million per player. But hopefully, if he will, I'm not too bothered about how much he spends, just whether he gets the quality or not. So I'm hoping that he'll get that. I'm hoping he's not lying to us. I'm trying to put my trust in him, which is quite hard. And yeah, I'm really hoping that hopefully in the next coming weeks we will sign someone. We are 2 weeks into the January transfer window now, and we still haven't seen much joy with anything. We've lost out on David Villa, which is unfortunate. We lost out on Remy, and we lost out on Yan Mavia. They're a couple of players that we really probably should have snapped up, but Wenger wasn't in there. Maybe he's not interested in them. But yeah, if I had to pick someone I'd like us to sign, I would like us to sign Fellaini. He is available for 25 million, but Chelsea can afford that and we can't. And when you get into a bidding war with Chelsea, there's only one winner. So yeah, even though as much as I would like Fellaini, I can't see him coming to Arsenal. Not only won't really be paid as much, but I think he'd be perfect in that centre defensive midfield position, and he can go forward as well. Kind of like an Alex Song kind of player, except more defensive. So yeah, he'd be a good buy for us, but I can't see that happening. Same with a couple of other players that are linked to us, like Edison Cavani. I would like to see him at Arsenal, but obviously I can't see him coming to us. Anyway, if you did enjoy this video, it'd be really great if you could hit the like button, and it would be really good if you could subscribe. If you do want to watch the Arsenal January transfer news, #1, I will put the description for that in the box below. It'd be really good if you could watch that, because I want your thoughts and opinions on on who we're buying and who we're not buying. If you could watch this, and then if you could comment in the description the boxes below who you want us to sign, who you want gone. I personally want Arshavin gone. That's about it. That's all I know. I know a couple of people have said they want Arshavin to stay, but for someone that's on about 78 grand a week, and he's not playing, he might as well go whether he's good or not. Okay, well thanks for watching this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.